Hi, and welcome to my new tutorial about opening an AdWords campaign. So this is going to be just a brief explanation of how to open your first AdWords campaign if you're new to AdWords. Here we go. So of course, first of all, log into adwords.google.com. You should have set up a Google account in order to use your AdWords. It can be any Google account, just make sure it's the one that you want for AdWords. Next, we will click on create your first campaign. And we go straight into the campaign settings. So the first thing you want to do is basically name your campaign. So this is just going to be test. Then we have to choose the type of campaign. So you have a few different options here. A search network with display select is the latest option, which basically means that it's based on the search network, but it will also show your ads to the display in cases where basically the algorithm believes that they're likely to click. Next, of course, you have the search network only. So this means only search network. And following that is the display network. So basically showing all your banners, ads that you create on the display network, basically meaning different websites. And the next one is the shopping, and we'll get into that later. You would need a merchant account for that. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to choose the basic search network. And I have to rename it. Okay, and then you have here the option standard or all features. No point to choose standard, so we always choose all features. Next, scroll down. Here you see it tells you to link your Google Merchant account if you have one. It depends what your purpose is on AdWords. If you have a shop, you might want to link your shop to the AdWords account. Next, scroll down networks. So right now you're on the Google Search Network, and it includes search partners. You can remove it or keep it. I usually see no reason to remove that checkbox. Devices, ads will be shown on all types of devices by default. Later, once you save your account, we can touch this area and make changes. Location, so as you can see by default, it's United States and Canada. You can choose all countries, or you can press on let me choose and basically type in any country that you want. Next, this is very important, location options. So a lot of times I'll see campaigns that nobody has touched this little plus sign and has amended this, and this is very, very crucial. So here it's asking you who do you want to target, and you have people in searching for or viewing pages about my targeted location. So it's recommended by Google, but it's not actually a very good recommendation if your purpose is to target basically somebody in a specific country. So for example, if you only want to ship to USA, if your business is only in a specific location, make sure you choose people in my targeted location. This will make sure that only people that are in your targeted location and not people that are viewing about your target location. So meaning if you're in New York and you click on this, then only people in New York are going to see your ads, provided of course you chose New York up here. If you choose people in searching for, which is a recommended, basically anybody looking for New York will also see your ads, but they could just as easily be in Russia. Next is the exclude. So it's basically the same idea. Later on in your account, you can exclude places. So here, for example, it's people in searching for viewing pages about my excluded location. I would just usually choose this option for both. Makes sure that your ads only appear to who you actually want them to. Next, of course, languages. Default is English. You can choose all languages or any specific language that you want. On AdWords, basically what this means is that it basically that it targets people based on their operating system language. So if the operating system is in English, then it's going to show only to people who have an operating system in English. So it's another way to kind of narrow down who you want to see your ads. I'm gonna leave it on English. Okay. This again has to do with the shopping channel, only if you have one. Okay, bid strategy is extremely important. So you have AdWords will set my bids to help maximize clicks with my target budget. This is probably the worst option you can leave. It basically says to Google, use my money any way you want, and it basically doesn't. It gives you less control. AdWords can usually raise your budget for click, your pay per click, up to 30% more than you actually wanted. So I always choose a manual set my bids for click. You'll say and here again it gives you this option. So just stick to that one. Bid default. So here is how much your default bid would be. I'll choose one for now. And then the budget, so how much you're willing to spend a day. So let's say I'm gonna spend 100 a day. Next, add extensions. So this is something you'll do after you create, and I'll explain in a different tutorial about adding ad extensions to your ads. Next, advanced settings. You have schedule, so you can basically, if your campaign is not indefinite, if it's something that you're doing, let's say just for Christmas, so you want to set the date maybe 2 months before Christmas and till the end of Christmas, then you can do that here. You create a custom schedule. You can choose days or a specific day, and here just the time range. So meaning, let's say if you want to have a specific time when your ads run. Generally speaking, depending again on your business, if you have a specific business where you're trying to get clients to come to your physical store, then you might want to put the hours when the store is open or when you have a specific deal on that store. Alternatively, let's say if it's an online business, you might want to choose basically all days. And with time, you will find you can come back and look at the stats and see what days are better performing for your business, and basically then take out the days and hours that aren't doing well, and you're basically left with the cream, meaning the good hours, the good days where your clients are happy and buying. Next is the ad delivery rotation frequency capping. So there's a few different options here. It's basically how do you want Google to show your ads. So optimize for clicks means it's going to show the ads that it believes will have the best click-through rate. The other option is optimize for conversions. So this one refers to how Google believes your ads will do as far as actual purchases or whatever your call to action is. Rotate evenly. This will show your ads basically evenly for 90 days, and then it will optimize. So after 90 days, it will automatically change to optimize for the conversions usually. And rotate indefinitely means you don't care what Google thinks. You want it to rotate all the time. Okay. I usually, at least at the beginning, you should choose one of these because these two have no data to actually take from, meaning, what is Google going to base this on? Basically nothing. So anyway, we chose to rotate evenly, and for now, we're going to save and continue. Okay. Oh, and it's telling me that I didn't choose a location. Makes sense. Target. And So that's another thing that's important to note. When you make a mistake, of course, Google will usually let you know. Okay, so I created my campaign. So right now you can see that's my campaign. It's called campaign number one. I can of course give it a different name if I want to, but at the moment that's good for now. And next, the next part of the campaign is basically the ad group, and I'll get into that in my next tutorial. Thank you for viewing.